being able to stay positive inside of the storm and know that, you're going to get to the other side when you're going through a tunnel of darkness is very daunting for many. So why work harder and not work smarter? Why not rely on others that have taken those paths that may be able to light the path for you and make the connection so that you can get there quicker, more efficiently, better structured, save more money, make more money. We start talking in these languages of success and the mentality of opportunity and optimism as opposed to scarcity mentality.
By a show of hands, how many of you make less than you think that you are worth? Why is that? It's time for you to put your foot down and say, enough. Luckily, you're here at the right time and the right place. The most wonderful real estate podcast ever is the path that you seek. I'm dwanbenttwyford, and I have closed over 2,000 deals. I've been investing for over 30 years. I've seen all the markets, and I've done over $500 million worth of deals. I mean, think about that. $500 million worth of real estate. And I have a heart for you. I want you to walk my path with me. Your life is about to change. And do you know why? Because it's time to thrive in 25. Say it with me. It's time to thrive in 25. It's time to thrive to 25. Enjoy the show. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the most wonderful real estate podcast ever. I am your host, dwanbenttwyford. I'm America's most sought after real estate investor. And I am so excited that you are here with me today. In case you haven't heard the good news, the most wonderful real estate podcast ever has now exceeded over 1 million official downloads. So we are really excited to have reached a goal like that. And that is because of you. I can't do it without you. So if you want to learn more about me, go to dwanderful, dwanderful, dwanderful.com. So I took my name Dwan and wonderful and I made a new word. And I'm wonderful on all socials. So today I am so excited to have one of our wicked smart men with us today. And I have not met this young man, so I'm excited to meet him today. His name is Jimmy Rios from the Rios Business Advisors, make sure I say it right. So Jimmy, how are you today, honey?
Dwan, I'm doing well. Thank you very much for the invitation. Excited to be here.
I know. I'm excited to have you on, too. So we do things a little bit different around here. Instead of me reading off this long bio and telling everyone how amazing you are, I'd like you to just give us a 2-minute what you do, where your social medias are, because we want to know what is your deal.
Definitely. So my name is Jimmy Rios. I'm the founder of Rios Business Funding and Rios Business Advisors. Our YouTube channel's at Rios Business Funding, and we've developed a really interesting program called the I-Level to High Level program. It's trademarked as a new strategy in taking leverage, meaning debt or debt structures, and helping businesses, real estate agents, any entrepreneur and business owner, industry agnostic, so we could work with anyone, taking leverage in the form of debt structure like we're used to borrowing, and then leveraging a fraction of that money over inside of our investment firm through a hedge fund, where we're able to put money in there to work in your favor, usually at a return of 3, 5, or 10x, even more. What that means is that over a period of a very short time, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, we can return a very high amount of money, but it's meant to pay off your debt. It's meant to escalate and elevate your business, put you in a better position as an advisor. I'm working with you to elevate and to structure and stabilize your business, because many business owners, and I specialize in the real estate world, don't come prepared for that. They do what they do in a transactional mode very well, right? Buy and sell houses, fix and flips, right? But what if something doesn't go well, right? The market gets tariffs, whatever,
Don't
pandemic.
tell us everything because I've got questions to ask.
Good.
So the eye level to high level, I love that.
Yes.
High level to high level. That sounds amazing. Okay, so they find you on YouTube, excuse me, and on Instagram, every place. What is your handle?
Oh, yeah. So YouTube, it's at Rios Business Funding. And then on Instagram, it's and Instagram, TikTok, it's at Rios Business Advisors.
Okay. I like to I actually like to interview people and then after that I go follow everyone. So then like I'm a full blown stalker after that. I kind of like to get to know people like without doing too much study and research because the way I format my podcast is if you and I were meeting and we were sitting down at a restaurant and the first time we were getting together, I like to ask questions like if I was just meeting you.
Right.
Because I feel like that's a fun way to do it because, everyone's like, so send me your 10 questions. What are the 5 things you want me to talk about? And I feel like everybody hears that from everybody. So if I feel like to make myself different, especially when people send me over their list of questions, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to read those. Because if you do that, then every place someone sees you, it's the same. And they know, like, hey, if I watched Wonderful, she's just going to talk about stuff that may not have nothing to do with anything. But that's how I feel like you get to know people.
It's like me and you being at each other's house, right? Do we go to each other's house and have a list of answers and questions to talk about? Or do we just organically open up and start talking and getting to know each other? And I'm the same way. I feel very comfortable.
Yeah, I love that way too. I do get a few people that are like, they'll send me their questions. I don't tell them ahead of time I'm not going to ask all their questions. And then they'll say like, do you have any questions for me? I'm like, no, I don't really have any questions. That's when I get to know who you are. And sometimes it throws people off. So I tell everyone up front, like, listen, we're just going to chat because this is how you get to know people. All right. So now I love the eye level to high level. I love the fact that you are helping people invest their money and doing that. So give me just a little bit like before you did what you're doing right now, Rio Business Investors. What were you doing before this? Were you in real estate? You transitioned? What were you doing exactly?
Well, we still run our verticals in the real estate market. We have riosrealtors.com. My wife handles the residential. I do the commercial, and we've dabbled in wholesale. We've done fix and flips. It's been an endeavor in the family for more than 20 years. And so we have a very big love inside of real estate and everything that we do. Many of the things that we developed over time were on the necessities that we saw in the real estate market, not only as a person that was buying and selling as a consumer, but also in the business side, and some of the deficiencies that we came up against in trying to, do our business and get the funding necessary to do the things we wanted to do. So it almost became like one side fed the other side and developed, a solution for others, because I know I wasn't the only one or the first one with some of those challenges as we, try to maneuver the waters in real estate.
I know it can be really tricky, getting involved, but I do all those things. So I wholesale, we fix and flip. Right now we buy a lot of commercial, a lot. We basically almost own an entire town in Iowa that we're rehabbing this town. So we're just sort of all over but there's so many fun aspects. And I've been investing for over 30 years. My husband for about the same. So now our 3 kids, they're all investing and they're doing rentals. And it's like, it just warms my heart to see like the kiddos doing it too.
So cool. I got
a few of them, my son's been with us like full time through. But our 2 daughters, they were like, oh, we're going to go here. We're going to go there. And then after they worked around for a while, they're like, I don't know why we're working for other people. All the money's right here. I'm like, I've been trying to tell you that from the day one.
Oh, that's awesome.
Kids have to find their own way before they find their way back.
No, they do. I have 3 kids of my own, and they're in, one's in college, trying to, get through her schooling, and the other twins are in high school. So they'll be finding their way through, and but they have a good example of somebody in me and my wife who are entrepreneurs and really took the bull by the horns over many years.
Yes.
I would have to say there was probably more failures than successes. I think now we're starting to see some success in planting those seeds over time, but there was a lot of failures, a lot of hiccups, and a lot of learning in the process. And I think that's
Yeah,
just
I'm
part
like
of it.
that. I don't think you can do anything without having, I mean, I don't know. I feel like for me, everything was a big learning curve. I started off really from scratch. And, back 30 years ago, there was nobody teaching or training or traveling the country to teach you stuff. So I
Right.
was a very much a seat my pants girl. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's a tough way to learn. But the nice thing about
Yeah.
it is you learn it.
Yeah, definitely. You don't forget the negative episodes that happen, and you definitely take steps to, stay on the positive when you can.
I know you really do. All right, so I like this part where you were saying about tell me about the funding and like so a lot of my people on my wonderful podcast, I kind of cater to the newbies. And
Yeah.
that's just like where my heart is. Like when I was 30, I went through a divorce, I had a baby, I was a single mom, I lost my house, lost my car, like a country song. I lost all my stuff. And and nobody came to help me. No one was like, hey, knocking on my door. Hey, can I help you? It was like, no, but I just lost all my stuff. So I
Yeah.
really like to help people that are like, hey, I want to branch in. I want to get some financial freedom. How do I dabble? And
Mhm.
like the first thing you said, I tell everyone, easiest thing in the world, just wholesale. Get some
Yeah.
money on your belt. But then like, you really need to look at what you like, what interests you, where you might find your actual footing.
Yeah.
And for me right now, I'm 100% into commercial because I'm rehabbing a town, but having
Right.
done everything along the way.
Yeah.
So, and some new people always need money.
Hmm.
They, they don't even really know what they need or how much or what they need it for,
Right. Right.
but they do. So, talk to me a little bit about this funding and
Mhm.
the advisory and like how you help. So let's just say you were meeting somebody from my show that was new
Yeah.
and they
Well,
said, Jimmy, they
right.
said, help me.
Right. Well, I mean, the first thing, I always like to understand what your vision and your goals are inside of whatever you're doing, right? Many people come to me and say, I need money. But then when we start really talking about their visions and goals, that initial amount that they started talking about was very, really wasn't the right amount, right? And they don't know what they don't know because right now they're just thinking like, I need to buy a house to get started, right? And so if we really want to get really granular and finite in the solution, I need to find out more. And so we get into really talking about your plans and your goals and then start drawing out this map, right? Of how we're going to get from point A to point B. To get there, we need to understand the costs. We need to understand all the little, intricate details. You don't go and build a house without a blueprint. You have to have this blueprint and to put all the pieces together right. So I tell people there's components in getting you funding that are not difficult to do if I have all the pieces of the puzzle, right? So that's part of my exploratory first step is really understanding what your goals are. Is your investment strategies fix and flips? Is it commercial? Do you want to have hold properties for a longer period of time? What does that look? How many do you want to start with? And things like that. So we can start getting the juices flowing in discovery. And then we start getting very personal, right? Because we start opening the kimono and we start really talking about, debt in terms of how much debt do you have? What's your credit score? What are your assets? A lot of these things that, they might or might not be ready to answer, but it's good to bring it out and start really formulating that plan of action, right?
Yeah.
Because I can guide you in the best way based on my knowledge. Well, it's a lot easier if I said, okay, look, based on what you just told me, we can start by doing this, this, and this, right? Now it's a lot easier to chew on than trying to gobble it all up at once. And I feel that many times investors or newbies, they want to do everything so fast. They want it to
Oh,
go. Am
they
I right?
do.
Right.
They're like, I want to make $1 million my first year. It's like, okay,
Yes.
well, what's your plan? Well,
Right.
I don't know.
Right. And I have a saying. I say I like to go slow to go fast. And what that means is if we structure you right from the get go, you're like a horse behind the stable. You want to get out, but if you don't have a plan when you get out, you're going to stumble, boom, 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 and then to get back up and to try to recover. Many times you stumble so hard it takes you years to recover, right? And start.
That's right.
So if we did it right from the get go, I guess this is one of my pieces of advice is let's take the time to properly lay out a plan of action. And by doing so, we're going to have better tools and advice to be able to get to whatever that initial. I always say there's short-term goals and there's long-term goals, right? Let's focus right now on getting you to first base. Then we'll see how we round out the bases. If we can do that together as a team, I'm your partner in progress. So if we're doing it as a team, we're going to get there better and more efficient, and you're going to see a higher rate of return because we've eliminated some things that for many cause them to lose money. Time is money, and time is a big component of the equation as well that they don't factor. Time value of money is another big component, right? Leveraging properly is another big component. So we look at a lot of different aspects in real estate and in investing in general to make proper decisions.
Yeah, it's true. And some people, I was this way in the beginning. In the beginning, I was really broke. I was a single mom. I was, doing my deals with my Home Depot credit card. And I didn't place enough value on my time.
Yes.
So I'd be like, oh, I could have this guy lay this tile, but I could save, $100 if I did it myself. And so I spent so many hours doing things that looking back, I should have had just someone do for me so I could have moved on to the other money-making things that were available. So I think a lot of people, I don't think it's uncommon for a lot of people to not place enough value on their time, when in reality, time is your actual most valuable asset.
Totally.
So if you can find someone to help you or give you advice or cut your learning curve, and I say everything. I said, people learn one of two ways, from mistakes and mentors are cheaper.
Right.
Because a mistake can hurt you financially, but it can also throw you off your game mentally. It can make you think like, oh man, I should have done this. I'm not in the right business. I mean, it can really have a tumbling effect on people. And they don't realize that one really hardcore mistake can put someone completely out of business.
Well, and so many individuals, but the mental side of this game is huge. I'm talking about being able to stay positive inside of the storm and know that, you're going to get to the other side when you're going through a tunnel of darkness is very daunting for many. So why work harder and not work smarter? Why not rely on others that have taken those paths that may be able to light the path for you and make the connection so that you can get there quicker, more efficiently, better structured, save more money, make more money. We start talking in these languages of success and the mentality of opportunity and optimism, as opposed to scarcity mentality. I can't do this. I don't know what I'm doing, right? Because many newbies, especially, come out of the gate with ideas, but they start getting really negative really fast. I hear it all the time, and I'm like, listen, you are an amazing individual that is doing what not everybody else can do. Because if everybody could do it, they would all be doing it. It's a very select few who have taken on this journey. So let's work together, because there's nobody as strong as you to be able to do that. The easy thing is to go get a 9-to-5 anywhere, right?
Yeah.
I'm just doing a job, the just over broke mentality, right? Anybody can do that. The differentiators, the ones that think outside the box, that want to think differently and do differently, are the ones that are going to face their fears and the challenges head on and say, okay, I want to do this. Oh, I don't know how, but I want to do it. Let's go search. Let's seek and you shall find. Let's go seek, right? And let's
That's
ask
it.
for help.
I trust that you are loving the podcast. Hey, do you really want to become a super kick-ass superstar real estate investor? Really? 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 All right, why don't you spend the next minute and just take my real estate investing quiz. Super fast, super quick. It'll let you know where you stand on your journey. The link is in the show notes, or you can go to dwanbenttwyford.com. And back to the show. So I want you to give us one actionable tip, like an actionable tip that someone that's listening today can go, I'm going to take this tip and start my journey. So what is one specific actionable tip someone could go, I like Jimmy, but this one tip, I feel like this could help me.
So this might sound very generic, but it's so important. And it's probably one of the biggest things I see people lacking and missing in their strategy. Go and pull a TriMerge credit report on yourself. Use ChatGPT, upload your file into ChatGPT, and learn how to read your credit report. Use the tools that are available in educating yourself on how to read your report, identifying the negatives, and learn. If you can't do it, if you don't do it through an expert like myself who owns a credit repair company, and other Next Level Credit is our credit repair company, we give a lot of advice and education on how to fix the negatives, because you want to structure yourself in a positive light for funding, not because we want you to take on liability in your person. Eventually, we're going to build business credit. I wrote a book called Decoding the Mystery of Business Credit. How we can take yeah.
Wait, right? Repeat that. Decoding
the mystery of business credit.
Okay, I like that. And you know something, just not to interrupt your thought there, but people, I meet people, nobody knows about their credit. They don't know what their credit score is. They don't know how to figure it. I'm glad that you mentioned to me that you do credit repair. One of the things I do is when I'm buying a house, I specialize in buying houses from homeowners losing their house to foreclosure.
Yep.
And they're like, okay, you're losing your house to foreclosure. I'm going to buy it. We're going to rehab it. We're going to wholesale it. Maybe we're going to split the profit, whatever we're going to do. And I give them some tips for fixing their credit, but I really am not a credit repair person. So now I can send people to you and say, hey, listen, you need to go over here, because once they lose their house, well, they're in foreclosure, and I buy it right before the foreclosure. But, you know, the foreclosure is on the credit report. And not stuff like, what, 150 points or something like that. Something that filed bankruptcy is like another 100 points. And I say, and I like to say, like, hey, I got a guy that can help you. If even those homeowners can repair their credit, they can buy another house. Well, like the foreclosure is not the end of the world.
Well, Dawn, understand too that when we get into creative financing modes like we do, you don't have to follow this little blueprint or this little square that says you have to stay in the middle in a traditional financing model, right? That says that you can't buy a house for 2 years, all the little guidelines that tell you. So what if inside of 1 to 2 years, right, inside of this window that FHA or VA or all these conventional routes are telling you, what if we put together a plan to get you into a home, right? Could be a rent to own, it could be a wholesale. We can get you the funding to go wholesale and get you into what I call an ugly loan, and then put you into a pretty loan. Because once you're in, then we can refinance you a lot easier than buying, right? Traditional or conventional. So we go wholesale. We get you in through a hard money loan, and then we get you and refinance you in a more traditional sense once we fix your credit. So the mystery out there is like, well, I did bankruptcy. So we've taken bankruptcies off your credit. It doesn't mean that you didn't do it. It doesn't have to show on your credit, right? It doesn't have to report on your credit. They tell you 10 years. Yeah. If you leave it on there and don't do nothing about it, it'll come off in 10 years. But if you work with a company like ours, we can paint the picture on your credit to get fundable, right? And that doesn't have to take a very long time, because once you're in on title of a property, now it doesn't matter who the bank is or the private lender. If I got you in, now I can refinance you because we do asset-based lending, DSCR loans, bank statement programs, profit and loss statement program, all kinds of really creative financing for people that think that there's no way in. We bring down the barriers of entry to be able to help people. And that's where I want you to start thinking differently. Is not, don't think in the negative. The negative is easy. I got bankruptcy. I got bad credit. I got all these negatives. Let's think in the positive. Let's think, well, how can I get in? What are the steps for me to get in? What do I have to do? Hey, we just pivot and make another plan of action around a solution. So for you, Dwan, that's a great way to pivot from being they're going in foreclosure. Okay, well, listen, we're going to still help you, right? We have a plan. So I'm going to buy your house and this is going to happen, but this is how we're going to help you. And now you pass the baton and you got somebody like myself who takes those clients and gives them hope, gives them a plan of action, and it's a win-win.
Yeah, no, I agree. A lot of the people, when you buy their house in foreclosure, the first thing is they're just pissed off at their house. I never want to own another house again. This house has been a nightmare. My ex, blah, 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 and they never want to own a house. And I say, listen, I can promise you in 2 to 3 years, you are going to want to buy another house. You just are. So, let me help you. And I give like very basic credit repair tips. But now that I know you, I can say, hey, let me send you over to my guy here. Because they are, even though they're mad now, and, and most homeowners are mad at the bank took their house. It's like, you didn't make the payments.
Right.
And they're mad at the bank, they're mad at everybody. Yeah. But I know that they're going to want to buy another house.
Yep, exactly.
And that's a good idea to TriMerge credit and send it to ChatGPT and learn how to read it. I've never heard anybody say that before. So you actually just told me something I've never heard before.
And you should try it yourself just to see the user experience, what that feels like. And then you can guide people better without really spending a lot of time, because these are the technology tools that we need to use that really truncate the time frame of the learning curve so much. I love it. Yeah, it's great.
Okay, we're going to switch topics now. I want to find out more about you. So, Mr. Jimmy, what's your favorite band of all time?
I'm a big Metallica fan. I guess I'm probably dating myself, but I'm 49.
No, heck no, man. My favorite band is Sting, so you're not dating yourself. Metallica.
But I'm a music lover in a sense of the word. I love music of all types and genres.
I do too.
Right here, a really good.
Were you so bummed when Ozzy just died?
Yes, very sad.
I was just like, oh man, I'm not a super heavy metal fan, but like Ozzy is like, he's part. I'm 66. I saw him when I was 18. He's part of my history.
Right.
Oh, we lost the giant.
I know. It's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, he's great. Everybody
has an exit strategy, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. What's your favorite food?
Oh, man, I'm a steak and potatoes type of guy. I'll eat a steak and
I am too. I was raised in Ohio. So we always have like the big Sunday breakfast with like the biscuits, the gravy, the sausage, all the eggs, all the stuff. And for dinner, very much meat and potatoes. And even all these years later, I'm telling you, if I get a chance to sit down, a steak, a big potato with all of the stuff on it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Any day of the week. I am totally a carnivore. Sometimes I was like, you eat so much meat. It's like, I know, but I love meat. What's your favorite time of day? Like when in your day are you just like, this is the best right now?
I think probably after about 3:00 in the afternoon, when I feel that we're starting to wind down a little bit, even though my days are pretty crazy all the time, but it feels like I could see the light, and then the time I go spend some time with the family and really wind down. I try to find balance. As hard as it is in our world of entrepreneurship, I find, we have to find balance in our time with our kids and with our wives. And, do things for ourselves, go to a movie, go to dinner, whatever. It's even just as basic as just playing a game at home or something,
Yeah.
because we have our phones all the time. It's hard to sometimes put it down and separate our work from our family life. So I'm trying to make more of a distinction and trying to do that.
It's funny that you say that. 99% of the entrepreneurs are like, oh, I get up at 5 in the morning. I work out. And I'm always just like, why? Why you do that? Because I'm like you. At the end of the day, I can
live
spend
a
time with
wonderful life.
I was like, I can spend time with my husband and we can watch a movie or hang out or whatever. And I am always amazed at like so many people are like, oh yeah, 5 in the morning, that's my favorite time of day. And I'm like, dude, these eyes are closed at 5 in the morning. I am like you. I want to spend the time with my family, and at the end of the day is my favorite time. Every day. Again, especially we live in the mountains in Colorado. So in the next couple of months, it'll start getting dark literally at 5 o'clock in the mountains. So we just light a big old fire. It's only 5 o'clock, so it feels weird that it's not later. But we make a big old fire, and it's like 5 o'clock, and we sit down, we have a glass of wine. It's like,
nice. What part of California, Colorado are you?
I live outside Denver.
Okay.
Up in the actual Rocky Mountains at 9,000 feet.
Wow, that's awesome.
So I'm like, so when I look out all my windows, I don't see nothing but the mountains.
It must be beautiful when it snows and.
Oh, so pretty. So pretty, so pretty. So I love your music. I love everything about what you do. Now tell me, what can the Dwanderful family, what can we help you do to reach your next big goal? What is your next big goal for yourself? And how do we help you reach that?
Well, I think, in what I'm doing with the high level to high level program, the visibility and the education that is given, I need to get more eyes on that. I got to get more people wanting to partake and learn and be a part of that, that movement, I like to call it, right? Because in essence, we're building something that's new. So for a lot of people, it's scary, and so if I can break it down and make it easier to understand, there's so many people that have taken advantage of my tutelage and helping them get to a high level from an high level, that everybody should have that opportunity. And it doesn't cost you anything to tune in to our YouTube channel and ask questions and be part of. We're building a community on Facebook. My brother's actually has built a community of his own with over 26,000 followers in Medellin, Colombia. And he's going to be helping us build our community of like-minded individuals that want a better life. So I think it takes a village, like the old saying.
It takes a village.
If we can do it together, it's a lot easier than doing it.
So the high level to high level, they're going to find that on YouTube.
Yeah. We have really good videos, over 57 videos that we put together, and podcasts and different educational moments of clarity to understand the steps and how we go about doing it. So, at Rios Business Funding on our YouTube channel, subscribe and learn. And that's the best way.
Okay, so that's your thing. You're gonna work on the high level to high level, because I think it sounds like I'm gonna go check it out myself today. Sounds like a great way to go. It's on YouTube, easy for everybody. You can even do it on your phone, so you get no excuses on to spend a minute over there and try to figure it out. Because one thing over at the Dwanderful family is we always want to try to help everybody grow and reach their goals and help in any way that we can. So I like sending people over to things that I like. So I like what you have to say. So I am recommending and I love the name I Love at a High Level. That's really brilliant. It is a great name. It is a great name.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so a couple more things here. First of all, everyone, if you have enjoyed the podcast today and you're like, Jimmy and Dwan, they're so great, then I want you to subscribe to the podcast, leave a 5-star review, maybe write something really nice, because the only way we can grow is through your help. And for me to have reached 1 million downloads a couple of months ago, that was really a big deal. But that's only because of you and all of you that have listened and downloaded. So I thank you and I appreciate you for that. Always find me at Dwanderful, DERFUL, dwanderful.com, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. It's a wonderful world. It's a wonderful world. All right. So before we go, I have one last question for you. And I want you to leave us with a word of wisdom, but just one single word.
Love.
Oh, okay. Now, in the wonderful universe, I tell everybody when you listen to my podcast and the guest gives us a word, write on a little yellow sticky, stick it up on your bathroom. And so love is going to be our word of the week. So what does love mean to you?
Love is learning how to share with others all the things that you have, and be very forgiving of yourself, to love yourself, and think that you can help so many people by loving yourself and by treating yourself with respect. Treat others the same way, and it becomes a wonderful thing to do it in that fashion.
I love that. I love that. So love, so that's not what it means to me too. I mean, love is like, it's like the main thing. Love is the principal thing. If you don't have love, you don't have nothing. You got nothing. So, all right, Jimmy, I want to thank you so much for being on today. I've really enjoyed getting to know you. I'm excited to interview you. He's going to interview me over on his podcast. So you guys have to, and what's the name of your podcast?
High Level to High Level.
High Level to High Level. So you guys can look for me over there. We're doing a podcast swap today. So super excited about that. And everyone, we will be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. And remember that the truth is in the red letters. All right, everybody, goodbye. Jimmy, thank you, thank you, thank you. And leave those reviews. Stay tuned. Keep watching. We always have more coming. Ciao. I am so glad that you stuck around. I almost forgot to tell you. In addition to having this amazing educational podcast, I'm now able to work with you one-on-one. Yes, one-on-one, you and me working together, and have a 3-deal guarantee. 3-deal guarantee that you'll close 3 deals. So you have nothing to lose. You have everything to gain. Take the quiz. Go to dwanderful.com. Take the real estate investing quiz. See you on the other side.